round out of the Ruger American Gen 2. Oh, that's hot. Although that is a cold bore shot too.
Yep.
That was it. Center, but I felt like I pulled it, and it is just a hair off to the right. And try this last shot, and actually I'm going to aim at the lower round circle and see where that gets, and see if I can squeeze instead of jerking. That one went a little left. But its elevation is great. I got two in the same hole, but I'm definitely left of 0.5.
Yeah.
It's a clover leaf, but they are still just a hair left. So there's been an adjustment made for elevation. Let's see what it does.
Looks pretty good.
Left, right looks good. Burn.
Okay, well go ahead and shoot one of those water bottles.
You want me to shoot that water bottle?
Yeah.
Are you on it?
Yep.
I'm shooting the one closest to the target.
Okay.
And I'm aiming right in between the arms and top of that.
Nice.
So that's at 75 yards, and I adjusted too much and hit dead center, and I need it to be about 1.75 inches roughly high at 75 yards. So the last shot is that one that is to the far right in that group above the circle. So I need it to hit right where that the circle meets that up and down line. I need it to hit right there. So I made 2 clicks down with it, and I'm not going to shoot it again because I found something on my rings that's not kosher, and it means I've got to loosen up one of the cross bolts and do an adjustment, and with that I may have to re-sight it in. So anyway, that's where we're at. Let me bring you guys back in. And see if I can show you what I'm talking about on this. May not show up too well, but you see this cross bolt right here compared to that one? This one is sagging down. I don't know if that'll show up or not, but that means that I don't have the bar that's behind that up in the slot that it should go to. So anyway, I'm going to loosen that, adjust it, and then I'll bring it out and shoot it again. But anyway, this is my new hunting rifle. It's a 308 Ruger American Gen 2. I've got a Arkin LH4 on it, 4x16x44, and that's because that's for hunting. I don't need a 6x24 to go hunting with. I like the 44 too, so it's a little smaller objective than the 50, but it is a 30mm tube. Anyway, that's it for the day. I've shot quite a few shots out of it. Shoots really good. It groups good, it shoots good, and I'm happy with it. I just need to get that one little scope ring issue fixed, and then I'll shoot it again. Alright, I'm back at it again today with the Ruger Gen 2 and 308, and I am at 30 yards, which I'll have to back my table up about 3 feet because I'm well over the line there, 30-yard line. But what I've got here is my data, and I think last time, if I recall, I may have zeroed this at 32. I actually need it at 30 yards. Again, it was probably a scope height. This scope is a full 2 inches over, so I made an adjustment. But anyway, it's not that far off. At 75 yards it'll be 1.78, so you can say that's 1 3/4 inches, and then at 100 it'll be 2.29 or 2 1/4 inches above zero, and that will give you a 200 yard zero. But anyway, I've got a little bit of wind here today. Now, my data is based off the core lock, and I do not have any data on the other projectiles, but what I'll do is make sure I'm sighted in with the core lock, or at least close. Then I want to back it up to 75 yards, and then again at 100 yards. And again, here's my setup, and right now I'm at 30 yards to that target down there. Alright, I'll let the barrel cool, and I did make some adjustments. I brought it up one click and left two, and this is a MOA scope. And again, I'm at 30 yards. There he is, sighted in at 30, and it should be on at 200. I can't get 200 at this spot, but I can do verifications at 75 and 100 yards. So right now, I think I'm pretty good for 30. Quick look at this target. The first three shots were right here. I really need something to point that with. Right there, second shot, third shot. I moved it up one and then left one, and I hit right there. And I moved it left one more time, and it hit right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's 30 yards again. And what it says here is at 75 it should be 1.78, and 100 is 2.29. These are 1/2 inch blocks, so this is 1 inch high, 1.5. That's 2 inches, so it has to be right here, just above this line. And I'll put a new target on here, and I'll mark where it's supposed to hit, but I'll be aiming at the center, and we'll see what it does. All right, checking the 75-yard position with the Ruger Gen 2 Blackout. Should be 1 3/4 inches high at this yardage, which is 75 yards. And I've got a camera down there on the target running. So let's see what it'll do. Now I do have a wind, but it seems to be straight at us. Maybe a little from right to left. All right, I'm aiming dead center, and as stated, it should be roughly 1.79 inches, but just say 1 3/4 high. certainly isn't a very good group. I didn't make any adjustments, and from what I can tell, so here's the 75-yard target, and this black mark right here should have been where everything was hitting. That was the very first shot, which that's 1.5 inches high. I need it just a little bit higher, but I had several that shot up here over. Well, this one was right about on the height level, but these were up in the 2-inch range, or 2.25, and that's what I need at 100 yards. So to be honest, I can't tell because this group is so horrendous. So I'm going to put another target on here with 5 hit points, or bullseyes, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to test this other ammo. Again, I've got, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 others, plus some more core locks, and then I've got some 165 grainers. Alright, this is shooting 75 yards with the Remington core lock, seeing if I can get it to group, and it needs to hit 1.75 inches high at 75 yards for a 200-yard zero. And last time I tried this, I could not even get it to group. So I've shot a couple of groups with the core lock. They were under an inch. So let's see what happens. Oh. And this is a cool barrel shot, by the way. All right, that's about 1.5 inches high. Just a hair to the right. I'm gonna go left. I'm just gonna go one click. Of course, that was a cold bore shot too, so I probably shouldn't be making adjustments. That went in the same hole as the first one. All right, we've let the barrel cool. Again, we're shooting Remington core lock, 75 yards. The objective is to get it to hit 1.75 inches high at 75 yards for a 200-yard zero. Right now it's hitting about 1.3, almost 1.5 inches high, but it's a little to the right. If I can get it centered, that will be the best part. If I can get it to go up a little bit at the same time, that'll be good, but I can live with 1.5 inches, and then that way, after dove season, I can shoot 200 yards to verify where it's at then. So I got 3 rounds loaded up, and I'm using the same target down there. Alright, that one shot left about 3/4 of an inch to the left. It's still not high enough yet. that right there is almost perfect where I want it. Let's see where this last one goes. Alright. That one was right next to it, but just a little left. I can come back one click to the right, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Next thing will be to check it for 200 yards, but right now I'm using the Remington core lock, sighted in at 1.5 inches or 1.75 inches high at 75 yards for a 200 yard zero. Like I said, the last thing we'll do is verify that this butterfly likes my elbow, and then we'll shoot it at 200 yards. All right, I am pleased with that.